So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the exact steps that I would take if I was starting an online business all over again. So stay tuned.
This is the She Means Business Show, where we show you how to turn your ideas into reality and become a wildly successful entrepreneur. Carrie Green, She Means Business.
Hey, it's Carrie here, founder of the Female Entrepreneur Association and author of She Means Business, and I'm really excited about this video because I get asked a lot, if I had to go back to square one and start an online business all over again, what would be the exact steps I would take? So in this video, I'm going to share all of that with you. I want to start by saying we can all achieve so much. I'm of the opinion that if one person can do it, we can all do it. And I remember back in 2005 when I started my first business, which was phone unlocking, so random, I know. But when I started that business, I had no idea how to build an online business. I knew nothing. But I got going and within a few years turned that business into a business that was doing so well. We were generating $500,000 a year, which it was crazy. It just blew my mind. Then in 2011, when I started the Female Entrepreneur Association, it was an entirely different business. I went back to square one. I didn't know how to build an online community. I didn't know anything about that stuff, but I was so determined and has since grown into this incredibly successful business. It literally blows my mind to think about what is possible for every single one of us. Creating success, especially in the online world, is not an accident. We all can do it and we all have to do it on purpose. So I want to share with you the top things that I would do if I was starting an online business all over again. So the first thing is this. You have to get ridiculously clear on what your business mission is. You need to know what your business is about. What does it stand for? What do you stand for? What is the message that you want to share with your audience? What is it that you want to offer? Get really, really clear on this. So when I started FEA, there was one thing I knew. It was that I wanted to build the largest online platform to inspire and empower women from around the world to turn their ideas into a wildly successful business. That was my mission. That is what I honed in on, and I was determined to make it happen. This doesn't have to be really complicated. In fact, the simpler, the better. So what is your business mission? What do you stand for? Get clear on it, write it down, and make sure that that is what you are going to be following. That's what you're going to take your lead from. Once you're really clear on your mission, the second thing that then I would start doing is I start figuring out, okay, so this is my business mission, this is what my message is. Who are my audience? Who am I sharing this with? So you need to get really clear on this, because those are the people that are going to turn into your fans, your subscribers, and your customers. Firstly, this isn't an evolution. You don't know all the answers at the beginning when you've not quite started yet. You figure it out as you go. And this can change. For example, my sister Sam, she runs a luxury wedding stationery business right now, but when she started with doing graphic design, she was actually doing graphic design for entrepreneurs, and it was only after she started it that she realized, hang on, this doesn't quite feel right, I need to make an adjustment. So then she shifted and she decided she was going to create graphics for brides-to-be with invites. So this can change, this does evolve over time. For me, when I started FEA, I knew what my message was, and I knew I wanted to help female entrepreneurs, and so that's what I figured out. Okay, so female entrepreneurs are my audience. I didn't know everything about them. I didn't know, an age range or a demographic. You don't need to know all that stuff from the get-go. You figure it out as you go. But try and just write down who your target audience are, who you would love to serve, who would resonate and align with the message and the mission that you have to share. Get really, really clear on it, write it down, and then just keep digging deeper with it to find out more and more about your audience as you grow. So then the third thing, once you know your mission, once you know who your audience are, the third thing is that you then have to create content of some kind. You have to put stuff out there. You have to figure out, okay, I have this message, I want to share them with these people, how am I going to do it? And typically we do this through creating content in the online world. So whether it's putting out a blog post, whether it's creating videos, whether it's doing like online webinars and workshops, there are so many different ways. It could even actually be through social media, through what you post out on your social media. But you have to create content that you can put in front of your audience and that they can engage with, so that they know, okay, I know what she stands for, I know what her business is about, and I like it, and they'll either like it or they won't like it. But your job is to put the best content you can out there to wow and delight them and to make them fall in love with you so they want to continue on the journey to getting to know you better and your business better. So for example, for me, when I started FEA, I began by posting out on social media. I picked one platform, it was Facebook, and I posted out on that consistently. And I also started to publish a blog post to my website, which was actually an interview with interviews with other female entrepreneurs. And then after that, a while later, I decided to create a free online magazine as a way to serve my audience, provide content, get them to know all about what I stood for and what I was about. After that, I then started to create online videos so that people could see and hear my message. Videos are super powerful if you're thinking about going down that route. But there are so many different routes to go down, but just pick one and get started and don't overcomplicate it. If you are a product-based business, you might want to do more behind the scenes stuff so people can get to know you and your business better. If you are a service-based business or you've got like a digital product, then maybe think about creating content so you can share your tips so people can see what you are all about. But create really valuable content for your audience. It is so important because you have to engage your audience. So the fourth step is to expand your reach. You have to get out there in front of your audience. Once you know your message, you know your audience, you've created amazing content to wow them, you then have to actually put it out there in front of them. So many people fall into the trap of the whole thing of build it and they will come. It's never going to happen with building an online business. They are not going to just discover you. You have to get yourself out there. So many people, like I said, create a website, they'll create blog content or videos and then hope that people will discover it. No. You've got to go above and beyond to get your business out there in front of your audience. And there are so many different ways to do this. Social media obviously is a massive way. It's also free. It's also incredibly powerful. You can also leverage networks like YouTube and put like podcasts together so you can tap into the iTunes market. There are a variety of ways to get your message out there. Or for example, Facebook groups is another thing, tapping into existing communities of people where your audience are going to be hanging out. The massive thing I would say is that it can quickly become incredibly overwhelming if you try to do everything at once. And there is a tendency to want to do everything at once because we want to create success and we want to create it fast. But trying to do everything is a sure way to fail miserably because you will not have the breakthrough you need in order to really expand your reach. So what you want to do is just focus on picking one or two main strategies to use in order to market your business and get it out there. So even with social media, pick one platform and become amazing at it. For me, I chose Facebook and I decided that I was going to become amazing at using Facebook to market my business. I did that and then I had the breakthrough and I've managed to build a huge Facebook following and that has helped me so much. So keep it simple for yourself. Just get clear on what your core strategy is going to be. And then ask yourself every day, what am I doing today to get my business out there in front of my audience? How am I going to grow my business? So focus on that and it will be amazing. So the fifth step is then once you have started to get out there in front of your audience, you're engaging them with the content you're creating, they're loving what you're doing, you're building up your fans on social media. The next thing is that you want to convert those people into email subscribers. To me, building my email list has been one of the best things I have ever done. When you have people on your email list that have actually entered their name and email because they love what you're doing and they want to hear more from you, those people are going to be the people that will want to take you up on your offer. They'll want to buy from you. So you need to build this email list up of people who are really interested in what you have going on. You can do this really simply through, well, there's actually so many different ways, but again, keep it simple and pick one way. For example, for me, one of the best things that I did early on when I was building my email list was actually doing webinars, workshops, whatever you want to call it, online, and I'd get people to sign up using their email if they were interested in joining me for that workshop. It was a really powerful way to build my email list. Another big thing I did was I created free workbooks and put them out there, and I actually created a challenge. So in the workbook, I explained a 30-day challenge with all the steps they could take inside of the workbook to help them to complete the challenge. Again, that was really, really powerful. But just think about what it is that your audience would love from you and create free content around that in terms of a checklist, a workbook, a worksheet, a free video series, a webinar. Figure out what would work best for your audience, create killer content that they are going to love, and then you can throw together an opt-in page really easily. You could even just use MailChimp, which is free, and use the opt-in page that you have on MailChimp or lead pages. It is so easy, so get clear on what one thing you're going to do to build your subscribers and just do it. So my sixth and final tip for building your online business is to sell, to generate revenue in your business. So you started to build your followers, you're building your email list, and now you can present an offer to them. If at this point you don't actually know what you're going to offer, you probably feel like there are lots of different routes you can go down. I know I definitely felt that way. So what you need to do is make a list of all the different routes you can go down, whether it's building a membership site, creating an online course, offering one-on-one, creating a product, whatever it is. Write down all the options so that you can figure out what feels right for you and go with that. The next thing you can do is you can then survey your audience and ask them what they want. So for example, one of the questions that I asked in my survey was, what is your biggest business frustration right now? Because I was trying to help female entrepreneurs with their business. So you could ask your audience, what is your biggest frustration right now? What is your biggest pain point right now that I could help you with? Try and dive more into what the desires are, what they really want help with right now, and areas that you could help them, and ask for their opinion. So if you want to create a membership site, ask them what they'd love to see in the membership site, what would their ideal situation be, and get the answers from them. They will tell you what they want, and it is amazing, and that way you'll be able to create a product, a service, an offering that your audience will absolutely love. So those are the 6 things that I would do in order to start an online business all over again, and they are all simple steps, but the problem is so many people overlook them because they think it's so simple. People overcomplicate everything, and you don't need to overcomplicate this. Simple works, I promise you. But while it is simple, it can still be overwhelming. It never feels simple when you're in it. It is overwhelming, but just stick with it. Keep going back to the big picture, simplify it, and you will build a successful business. Because I know how overwhelming it can be, what I've done is I've created a free download for you so you can map all of this out, you can map your business out, and you can see the exact steps that you'll need to keep taking over and over and over again on rinse and repeat in order to build your wildly successful business. So the link is below, go and check it out. As soon as you download it and put your email in, we'll send it to you instantly, and hopefully it's going to really help you to create an amazing business. Hey guys, I really hope you've loved this video. If you have, definitely leave a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Also, leave a comment below and tell me all about your business. I would love to hear all about it. So go and do that, and I will see you in the next episode.